Welcome. Welcome to Glen Charlie Pond. We're taking off now from the eastern shore at Beach 2 and Wareham Lake Shores. Across you can see that the other side is undeveloped. It's woods and bogs, mostly owned by Cranberry bog farmers, and it has been pretty undeveloped like that since I've been coming here since as a kid, 1959. Here's the dam at the southern end of Glen Charlie Pond. There's the herring run, about 100 yards, over 100 yards long. A few weeks ago there were alewife, herring, and shad coming up on their journey to spawn. The dam was redone about 5 or 6 years ago. The spillway was replaced. The old spillway was over 100 years old, starting to crumble. And we're getting a glimpse down below of the Agawam River, a little small section. Around the corner there's another dam. And then portage required if you're canoeing downstream to rejoin the river. Okay, we're on the western shore. We're heading up. A lot of downfalls, trees blown down. This is new over the past winter. Turtles love them. Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt you, turtle. Here's that first cove, Portage Cove, I call it. I call it Portage Cove because there's a portage here where you have the option of following a small man-made canal to two nice little small ponds. The two ponds are connected by another small channel, and then it flows into an aqueduct which crosses over Maple Springs River into the bogs on the western side. There it is. There's a parking area there. They've closed the road. The gate has been closed now, and access here has been eliminated. It used to be a popular spot for people to put in. The water here on Glen Charlie Pond and in the Agawam River itself is very clear. Probably one of the clearest rivers and ponds in Massachusetts, especially on the east. Okay, here we are in Long Cove. I call it Long Cove because, well, it's long. It starts off kind of wide, but gradually narrows down until it's just the width of the kayak here. And it dries up. But it's the muddy path that follows right into Osprey Cove if you're into bushwhacking and wading through mud. There's an old blowdown. I always like going under here. Breaks up the open pond paddling. Gives you something to maneuver around. We're fishing in here. A lot of bass in Glen Charlie Pond. I've heard fishermen told me they've caught 11-pounders in here. Allowing for exaggeration, it's still probably a pretty big fish. Peaceful, quiet. I come in here on even weekends sometimes when the pond itself is busy with people water skiing and jet skiers and all their craziness. You can paddle down in there and get away from it all and have a quiet moment or a minute to yourself. I've sat down here at the end and watched a red-tailed hawk alight in a tree and eyeball me for a while. I've seen deer in the woods go by. If you're quiet and patient, a lot of wildlife comes your way. And Glen Charlie Pond is blessed with a lot of wildlife. You'll see otters in here, mink, muskrats. A lot of swans and geese nest around here in the different coves and different areas. Great blue heron. They're everywhere. A little early in the season right now, but I've just gone up on there's a log right across the bottom here. But nice, peaceful in here. You can go further. You can skim over this log and go under that down tree up ahead. But after that, it's pretty much down to mud. Coming back out. There we go, paddling out of a long cove. Right now, in this early June, with that road, especially now with the gate closed, there's no one around. There's a little cove, because it's little. I had taken my oldest son fishing one day, years ago. He was little. And he was catching the bushes and the trees and the bottom, and I was constantly getting his lure back. But we came in here and he got a bite. I thought it was the bottom again. It turned out to be a good-sized bass. We were having a family cookout, and he wanted to take it back and show it to everybody. And we got a bucket, brought it up. Then he decided he wanted to eat it. I said, okay. I handed him a knife, told him to stab it through the head and then slice it from its throat all the way down to its tail. Pull the guts out. We ended up bringing it back and letting it go in the lake again. It was about a 5-pounder. It was a good fish. I'm sure others have enjoyed catching it now. Across the pond, you can see the eastern shore. Some of the houses used to be cottages. Now they're all been converted to homes. Straight back down there is the dam at the southern end. As we come around the corner, you're going to see Beach 2, the way we left from. A lot of times the kids will swim across. Once we come around here, there's a whole blowdown. They climb up and jump off it into the... There it is. You know, climb up, jump off, dive off. This is Cut Through Cove. If you look straight down, right over the bow of my kayak, there's a dark spot, and that's a little cut through here. It's only as wide as the kayak. It's probably 5 feet tall. It's a hole you can, instead of paddling around, you can come in. I like to come in here. Usually there's a swan's nest in here, or the geese have a nest, built a nest. Nothing this year. But it's nice in here. A lot of lily pads and their flowers. Might be a little early, but some of them, these ones are almost ready to go. They'll be blossoming soon. Is that open? As we go by, you're going to get a quick little glimpse of it. It's not much. Mostly you have to drag a canoe through, but you can ape a kayak through. You know, using your knuckles and just pushing down and moving forward. Yeah, there's some lily pads. Always worth picking one. And now we've cut through and we're heading into my favorite cove, Osprey Cove. Probably the largest of the coves. A little island on here that I've camped on, cooked out on. It's peaceful here. When I was a working man, I used to come home from work, grab my canoe, kayak, I'd paddle over here. Bring maybe a sandwich and something to drink. I'd sit in here and just watch the sun go down. Little beach straight across. I've camped over there with friends. My younger son now and I have camped there. Always a good spot to stop for a swim. Quiet in here. On the left shore here now of this little cove, a lot of blueberries. I've come here in August or so, end of July, August, and brought a little gallon container, filled it up with blueberries. You got to get there before the birds, though. You'd be amazed how fast they eat them all. Good fishing in here. I was in this cove. I used to watch ospreys. One year there was one, he just seemed to always be up in that tree down the end. As we turn around in the west, he'd be up there, he might jump off and soar and fish a little. Seemed like he was always there when the sun went down. It was just him and I sometimes. I also saw here one of the largest sun turtles I've ever seen, up on a log. At first I was baffled. I said, what the heck is a snapping turtle doing up on a log? I've never seen a snapping turtle sunning itself, but by the time I paddled over to it, I was amazed to find that it was a painted turtle. The thing had to have a shell about over a foot and a half long. Maybe exaggerating, but it was pretty big. Before I could get my camera out and get a picture, he had gone in the water. There's the western shore. And the sun sets right over there. Here's the beach. No one around. I think I'm going to pull in and jump in for a quick swim. Take advantage of the serenity and the quietness and the privacy of this favorite little spot. There I go. Washing the hat too. You have to travel over 100 miles to find another spot like this, quiet, no one around. Rivals anything up in New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. It's only about a 10-minute paddle from my house. The final cove of our journey, I call it Prayer Cove. We used to come in here and pray. I even did a little video of a Native American prayer. You can check it out on YouTube. Used to be a rope swing here. Kids kept making a mess there and leaving unattended fires. The bog owners came and cut the tree down. There it is. We're going over that tree right now. There's the beach. I've gone for a swim here too. Actually, to our right, there's a camp site that was right accessible by the road. A lot of people used to camp there. Put in their boats there. canoes, go fishing. Getting a little windy. Looks like a storm's coming up. Feels like it's gonna rain. I never mind getting wet. Get a leery of the lightning. The thunder don't bother me at all, though. I've been caught out in it. I thank God now for those carbon shaft paddles. When you're paddling with those old aluminum ones, you can get a little nervous in a lightning storm. All right, we're heading back. We're along the eastern shore now, heading back to beach too. People have started to put their boats in, get ready for the summer. Still, it was just me on the pond today. Glen Charlie Pond, interesting fact, in 1938, a 62-pound snapping turtle was taken. I think it was the state record at the time. I've seen some big ones out here on Glen Charlie Pond. They would rival that 62-pounder, I'm sure. It was featured in an old show, Gad About Gaddis, way back in the 50s, I think. He used to go around, a fisherman had a show on TV. It was before there was any development on this pond at all. The whole thing was undeveloped. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be about the river. There's about a mile section of river up above as it heads up to the dam on Old Stumpy. Can still get out without dumping. Not bad for an old guy. It's about 100 yards up the hill and around down the road to my house, my cottage. It used to be a cottage. Now it's a house. Don't forget the paddle. I used to lug my 18-footer up and down like nothing. Then I bought a 17-footer and a 14-footer. That got heavy, so now I got this little 9-foot kayak. I have an 11-foot canoe I use, but I can still lug that up and down. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. They make a paper mache boat you can go out in. I'm back. A lot of breath too. There's some dry clothes and a little emergency kit in case, you never know. Always wear a life jacket. Hey, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.